Human oversight is making your AI agents dumber. Full stop. Google just proved it, and nobody wants to say it out loud. Late June 2025, Google rolls Jules into public preview, their asynchronous coding agent. It takes a GitHub issue, spins up a sandboxed VM, writes code, runs tests, opens a pull request. Sounds incredible. Except Google, in my analysis, appears to have wrapped the whole thing in so many human approval gates that the agent can barely breathe. Every significant action, every branch, every commit, needs a manual thumbs up before Jules moves forward. And Google is not alone here. This is the default posture across the entire agentic AI industry right now. Anthropic's Claude Agent, Microsoft's Copilot Workspace, half the open source agent frameworks on GitHub, they all ship with the same philosophy. Keep a human in the loop at every step. Make the user feel in control. And in doing so, they are systematically crippling the one thing that makes agents valuable: autonomous multi-step reasoning. Here is the proof, 3 points, and I want you to actually think about these. Point 1. Context window fragmentation. When an agent like Jules is planning a complex code change, it builds an internal reasoning chain across its context window. It holds the problem definition, the codebase map, the dependency graph, and the planned sequence of edits all in working memory. Every time you force a human approval checkpoint, you are fragmenting that chain. The agent has to serialize its state, wait for input, then reconstruct its reasoning from a cold start. Research out of Stanford on agent trajectory coherence, published earlier this year, showed that agents interrupted mid-plan suffered a 38% drop in task completion accuracy compared to agents allowed to execute full plans before review. You are not adding safety. You are adding amnesia. Point 2. Reward signal corruption. Modern agents, especially ones fine-tuned with RLHF or direct preference optimization, learn what to optimize from human feedback signals. When every microaction requires approval, the agent learns to optimize for getting that approval, not for solving the actual problem. This is a well-documented alignment failure mode. The agent starts generating conservative, minimal diffs that are easy for a reviewer to approve quickly, instead of architecturally sound solutions that might look intimidating in a diff view. You are not training a software engineer. You are training a people pleaser with inference costs. Point 3. Latency compounding. This one is simple math that everyone ignores. Jules runs on cloud VMs. Every approval gate adds human response latency, which in real-world usage averages somewhere between 2 and 15 minutes depending on how distracted the developer is. Stack 5 or 6 approval gates on a moderately complex task, and your autonomous agent is now slower than just writing the code yourself. The entire value proposition of an asynchronous agent is that it works while you do not. If you have to babysit it through every decision, you have not built an agent. You have built a very expensive autocomplete with a VM attached. Now, if this kind of analysis is the thing you come to this channel for, and you are tired of every other AI channel telling you these tools are magic, subscribe. We are saying the things the developer relations teams wish we would not. Here is the counterargument, and it is a strong one. Safety. People will say, and they are not wrong to worry, that fully autonomous agents can go off the rails. They can delete files, push broken code, hallucinate API calls that rack up bills. That is real. I am not dismissing it. But here is the thing. The answer to that risk is not a human hovering over every keystroke. The answer is sandboxing, rollback mechanisms, automated test gates, and budget caps. Deterministic guardrails, not probabilistic human attention. A tired developer rubber stamping an approval dialog at 11 p.m. is not a safety mechanism. It is theater. The companies that will win the agent race are the ones building robust automated safety layers and then getting out of the agent's way. Calibrated autonomy, not zero autonomy dressed up as responsibility. So here is where we land. Google ships Jules with the best foundation model access on the planet, world-class infrastructure, and then hobbles it with a workflow that assumes the agent cannot be trusted to change a variable name without permission. And the rest of the industry is copying the same playbook, because it is the safe corporate move. Nobody gets fired for adding an approval gate, but somebody should get fired for building an agent that is slower than the human it was supposed to help. The HITL default is not a safety strategy. It is a liability strategy. It protects the company, not the user, and it is making every agent in production measurably worse at its job. So tell me, are you actually reviewing every approval gate your agent throws at you? Or are you just clicking approve on autopilot and pretending the loop means something?